Hello and welcome back to FFS for Finance's Sake, the podcast that pulls no punches when it comes to money, leadership and making businesses actually work. I'm Beth, Marketing and Communications Manager here at Chadwick Accountants and Bookkeepers Limited, proudly based in our lovely little village, Bidford-on-Avon. This month, we're diving into a theme that every entrepreneur faces at some point, falling out of love with your business. The overwhelm, the grind, the feeling that you've become the admin assistant, marketing manager, and HR department all rolled into one. Does it sound familiar? Well, today we're flipping the script. I'm handing the mic to our brilliant MD, chartered accountant, straight talker, and resident queen of scaling without losing your sanity, Rachael Chadwick Harrison. We're going deep into what it really means to build a smarter, stronger business, one you actually want to run. So let's get into it.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction, Beth. What's your first question?
So my first question for you today is, I'd like you to be real with us. What's your number one tip for someone who's fallen out of love with their business?
To be honest, I see that happen a lot with entrepreneurs, I really do. And it all comes down to usually the same thing. Stop doing everything. Seriously, the quickest way to fall back in love with your business is to buy back your time. And there's a book of the same name that I strongly recommend you have a look at. It means hiring smart, delegating well, and getting back into the parts of that job that you really enjoy. When your business stops feeling like a never-ending to-do list and it starts to feel like yours again. And honestly, that joy, that energy, it's what will drive the growth. It will bring back the passion and you'll start to enjoy, life again.
So my next question for you, let's get straight into it. Why do so many business owners get stuck when it comes to hiring?
They're scared. Simple as that. They've heard the horror stories, employment tribunals, toxic hires, losing control. Often in small business, people worry that they'll take the business away, they'll steal the customers and set up their own. But honestly, if you're running a limited company and you don't hire, you're basically choosing a cap on your growth. That's it. You can't scale if you're clinging to the solo operator life. And there are ways to do it without losing your mind, like working with some brilliant people like Fiona at Initio HR. It's changed our lives, definitely for the better.
So you've said before that the job you start out doing isn't the job you end up doing. What did you mean?
So many people go into business thinking, I love baking or coding or marketing. I'm just going to do more of that. I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to make more money. It's great. But quickly they realise that's not their job. The job becomes sales. They've actually got to sell themselves, sell their services, and the business development of that and the networking. That's a huge part of the role. Then they start doing all their own bookkeeping and the finances, and they've got to keep on track of things. They didn't consider that when they set up the business. The HR, the operational role. Suddenly, you're the entire C-suite exec team. I'm wondering when you actually last did the one thing you really loved and why you set it up. And that's where the resentment creeps in. You can either choose to evolve or you're going to burn out.
So be honest, have you ever hired someone just because you like them?
Oh, guilty. Guilty. And it's bit me in the bum. Chemistry versus capability. You need clarity when you hire. A defined role. Know exactly what you're hiring for, not just who you fancy having coffee with or a chat with. Friends are great, but job roles need structure. Vibes, they're just not a hiring strategy, and they are a mistake that many business owners make in those early days.
So can you give us your top sneaky tip for figuring out what role to hire first?
This is really good, actually. And it was a trick I learned last year, and it's very clever. It basically is a time log with some emojis. So honestly, just track your tasks for 2 weeks. Mark what energizes you, smiley face, tick. What drains you, angry face, unhappy. And, what you're just tolerating, meh face. And your first hire should tackle all the column.
I've never heard of that. That's good.
But then that means that you're preserving the tasks you enjoy, so you're really still enjoying your job, and you're finding someone to come in who actually enjoys that task. They want to do that task. They're going to take it off your plate. So it's just a real win-win situation. And then you've got the clarity of what their job role actually is, what they're doing.
So what do business owners get wrong about leadership?
They confuse leadership with control. The goal isn't to clone yourself. It's to inspire people to bring their own genius. Stop expecting staff to move at your pace. So that's something that I really learnt hard in my late 20s. I thought that like everybody can do it as good as I can, as quick as I can, but they don't come with the same experience, the same drive, the same passion. They didn't start the business, you did.
Yeah.
So you can't actually expect them to work at the same pace that you do. Give them autonomy, but with a structure. Delegate the goal, not just the task.
Yeah.
Get them to buy into your vision.
Yeah, like I said, everyone works differently, don't they, at a different pace, and you get some people like to really double check things and just...
You've got to respect that they're not all going to be carbon copies of you.
Yeah. You talk a lot about transformational leadership. What does that actually look like?
It means becoming the kind of leader you would want to work for, in short.
Yeah.
Fair, inspiring, challenging, but also human. Being able to show your own vulnerabilities is important, and when you get it wrong, it's not just about KPIs, it's about, am I helping this person grow? Pushing them gently out of their comfort zone, not like off a cliff.
Yeah.
No baptism by fire, please. Give them the tools and watch them fly, and then tell them you're proud. That's what makes people stick around.
Yeah, and exactly, some people appreciate the challenge of being pushed, I think. Many business owners still see hiring as a cost. What do you say to them?
It's not a cost. It's an investment if you do it properly. Your people are your growth engine. And when you invest in developing them, you free yourself to focus on what you do best. You want to fall back in love with your business? Start with your team, your culture, your time.
So can you give us a real world example? What's one time that you pushed someone and saw them transform?
One time? You want one
example?
time?
Well, many as you got.
I've got loads. There's some really great ones there as well. And I find the younger generation seem to really struggle with what I call the soft skills, the personable bit. Young people struggle with answering the phone, they struggle with conducting meetings. But once, as the manager, they're capable of it, and you give them some bounds to work within, actually, you can really see them transform. And I've had it a couple of times recently with people like, oh, I'm really scared of this meeting. Will you just come on the call with me? And I'm like, no, because if I do, I'll take over.
Yeah.
Actually, what you want to do is push them to do it themselves, give the advice, and afterwards follow up. So how did it go?
Yeah.
And actually, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go pretty well.
Yeah.
And a lot of it comes from self-doubt within. But you push them to do it the first time. I remember pushing Charlotte for the first time to go do that call and coming back out. I knew she was capable. I knew she was qualified. I knew she could do it.
Yeah, definitely.
She just needed a bit of confidence to say when she didn't know the answer, which a lot of people do. And when she come out of that call and I said, oh, how did it go? Oh, really well, actually.
Yeah.
And the whole attitude's changed. She's proud of herself. She's gone and done it. She's made that step. She's never asked me to come on a call since.
No. It's almost like they forget as well that, half these calls are from people that they're coming to you for advice. They don't know the answer themselves. So,
you are the qualified professional.
There's no
need
to doubt. Exactly. No need to doubt yourself. Yeah. So what is your final take? What's the single smartest move someone can make to build a stronger business?
Expand your team with intention. Don't grind yourself into dust trying to do it all. Delegate with clarity, lead with empathy, and watch your business transform. You'll enjoy it again. You'll maybe even love it again. And isn't that the point?
Yeah.
So, something like that.
And that's it for this episode. Thank you, Rachael, and for bringing the fire, the honesty, and much needed reality check about building a business that actually works for you, not the other way round. Whether you're feeling stuck, spread too thin, or just a little disconnected from the thing you once loved, remember you've got options. You can scale smarter, you can lead better, you can love your business again. And as Rachael reminded us, it often starts with that one bold move, hiring someone who can help lighten the load. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with a fellow overworked entrepreneur, and if you've got questions or ideas you want us to cover in the future episodes, drop us a line.